Today I wanted to go over another tutorial about how to make a face mask out of a sock. And don't worry, you don't need to be able to sew. This is a no-sew option. All you need is, again, a pair of scissors and a sock. This is a dress sock from my husband's closet. He doesn't really use them anymore, and I like it because it's nice and soft. This is a tutorial for how to make a face mask no-sew option out of a sock where there's a filter pocket and there's 2 layers of fabric. So my first video was just like a single layer of fabric. That one was very simple and easy. This one's also easy, but it's a little bit more complex, but I promise you, you'll be able to do it if you just watch this video. So let's get started. All right, so you've got your sock. Again, this is a dress sock. It needs to be longer than an ankle sock. You probably need a sock that's at least this long. So we're going to go ahead and just cut off this part that's super elastic and stretchy. And then we're going to cut across the heel at an angle. So instead of going straight across the heel, we're going to just go at an angle because this is going to end up being your nose piece. It covers your nose. And then when I get up to this part, instead of going up like this, I'm going to bring it down to curve it to just give it a good shape for our nose. Okay. Then I'm going to fold it like this in half. And I'm going to just give this a better shape. Perfect. So now we're going to cut this seam that's across from the heel. So we've got our heel and our nose piece up here, flip it over and cut that seam that's right across from the heel. Great. So now we open it up. This is what it should look like. We're going to go ahead and just make sure that our edges are nice and rounded. These turned out a little bit ugly, and if they're not rounded, then it's going to look kind of funny on your face. And I'm sort of a perfectionist, so this step is not necessarily required, but if you want it to look pretty, you want to do it. So great, now you should have your rounded edges, and we're going to fold it in half. So this is what we should have. So at this point, you can hold it up to your face and just make sure that it covers up your nose completely. So we're almost done. This feels good. I am going to round out these edges as well down here, just so that it's not so blocky, but you really don't have to do that if you're not as much of a perfectionist as me. And the last step is just to make our ear loops. So in order to do that, we have to create holes along these areas to then thread our ear loop through. So we're going to fold this in half. Make sure that you have about 1 centimeter of fabric right here. And then we're going to make small snips through all of that fabric. I'm going to do about 4 holes. Make sure they're not too big, but big enough for part of the sock to pass through it. So you see the 4 holes, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so at this point we're going to make our ear loops. I'm going to use a different color sock, but if you're using just one sock, what you're going to do is just cut about 1 centimeter off both sides. Do that twice, 1 for each ear loop. And then you'll just stretch them out. Okay, so if you use the same color sock, you're going to have the same color ear loops, but I just grabbed some from a different sock that I used for my other mask tutorial. So once you have them and they're stretched out, you're gonna just take your scissors and just snip them right in half. So now we've got our ear loops. So now we're gonna thread them. It doesn't really matter which direction you go in. Just go ahead and start threading like that and then loop it around like a loop-de-loop, kind of like a roller coaster. And that's how we're gonna close off this mask to create our ear loops. See how simple this is? And once you've got that, you can tie it. I like this part because if you have a wider face or a smaller face, you can really adjust the size of this one to better fit your face. So now we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. All right, and there we have it. So we've tied it. And then we have our face mask. So you can use a dryer sheet to stuff in this, or like a HEPA vacuum filter, or some people have used like paper towels. But there you have it. So you've got your double layer sock face mask with a filter. See, that wasn't so bad. So you've got your face mask. I'll put it on to just show you how it looks. Mine smells nice like a dryer sheet. I really like this one just because it has that layer of extra protection.